here with Blue Water Multisport, and this is part 3 of the fix my outside of my hip pain because it hurts when I run. So we've gone over foam rolling and using the lacrosse ball. We've gone over the stretch that you can use for that TFL muscle when you're sitting at work, and today we're going to go over the strengthening part. So everyone's done the typical fire hydrant dog thing or the clamshells or anything like that to start strengthening up that important glute medius muscle. This exercise that I'm going to go over today might be something just a little bit different to add to your repertoire of all of the other things that you can do to help strengthen the outside part of your hip. Now, many of us who are athletes now grew up playing sports, and we were running and sprinting and changing speed and changing direction. And now we move forward. We move forward walking, we move forward running, we move forward biking, and we move forward swimming, and any other thing that we're doing. And we've lost a lot of our hip stability because we're not doing any kind of lateral motion. So this exercise kind of brings that in a little bit. So one of the greatest exercises that I found to really specify targeting that TFL and glute medius muscle is just balancing on the leg that you're having the pain on. So I keep touching my right side, but I mean left side, right? Because we're going to treat my left side hip. So what I want you to do is do this barefoot, root your foot to the ground, and you're going to balance just on your left side, and you're going to bring your right hip up and then back down, and up and back down. There's no specific amount of times you have to do this. I hate giving prescription numbers for exercises because maybe you can do this 5 times and that's enough, or maybe you can do this 100 times because you're a crazy endurance athlete and you need to be able to stress the muscle that much. You have to figure it out, but you do have to watch your form and your technique. So once you get to the point where you just can't lift that hip up anymore, then you take a break. But you should be feeling that right in this outside part of your hip. To make that exercise a little bit more intense, what you're gonna do is take a resistance band. It doesn't have to be one of these big thick bands, but any kind of resistance band, and you're gonna put it at about hip level, okay? Go ahead and step into the band. And you're gonna put it right at that spot in the middle part of your hip. Now, 2 things that we can do with this. First, I want you to stand hip width apart. Make sure that you're straight out from the resistance band. The first one you're gonna do is simply just shift your hips over to the side and then back together. Over to the side and back together. I'm telling you, this looks like the silliest little exercise, and there's no way that this is going to do any kind of strain to your hip muscles, but I'm on exercise rep number 6, and already I'm feeling stuff going on both sides. So you can kind of focus it a little bit, right? If right now, because I'm not going to turn around, this is strengthening my right side right here, but I'm also having to stabilize with this left hip. So I'm getting most of the strain on this right side. So if you're treating the left side, then just go ahead and put it on the left hip. But this is a great exercise to kind of give you something else to work on. Next one that you can do, excuse me, is going ahead and balancing on the leg that you're trying to treat. So we're going to do right side right now. Now the band is pretty strong, so it's going to pull me into the rig. So I'm going to just give myself a little bit of support here, and now I'm going to do that hip hike again. So now I have to stabilize my leg from falling in, so that's going to cause me to just have to be able to stabilize and balance, and then I go ahead and hip hike on top of it. So now we're adding all of that goodness on that right side. Again, I don't know how many reps you're going to have to do of this to get an effect, but any kind of soft tissue work that you do, regardless if it's foam rolling, lacrosse ball, stretching, or muscle activation, follow it by the activity that you want to fix. So I would do all of this, and then I go for a run. All right, happy training.